Good morning, everyone. This is Melody Reels at the Iowa Quilt Museum here in Winterset, Iowa. Welcome. Well, when you join, welcome. It is 8:58. If you don't know, every Thursday morning at 9 a.m. I do a live video here in our exhibit and feature one of the quilts in the exhibit, one or two. And today we're going to feature one artist, two quilts. I'm on a little early, so I'm going to go ahead and do just some announcements while I wait for people to come on. If you're watching this later, you can fast forward it if you want. We have spring classes now posted on our website. We have a featherweight class in March. We have Diane Murtha's online lecture. She has a class on March 14th. Then in February, oh, sorry, I just went backwards. I meant to go forwards. In April, we have Sujata Shah has an online Kawandi applique class that you can sign up for. It's an online class, 2-day class. I think it's the weekend, the Friday, Saturday before Easter. I can't remember what those days are, but. And then also Diana has the final lecture in her series is on April 18th. And then also, I just announced a couple days ago, barn quilting classes are back. 2 barn quilting classes in April. There's only 12 spots for each day. So if you're interested, go check it out. And you can find that on our website, iowaquiltmuseum.org. All those classes are on there. These spring classes or the lecture series, the things that we hold help sustain the museum through the winter months. So I'm just realizing I didn't silence my phone. So hopefully nobody interrupts our video today. So those are the, go check those out. Of course, we have the Iowa Quilt Festival coming up in June with the bus tour to International Quilt Museum. Start here, go there. At the Quilt Retreat, there's only less than a handful, I think 3 spots left for the Quilt Retreat. Classes, lectures, those are all out there. We have a children's class this year. We have a dyeing class. If you're like, oh, I live close by, but I'm not a quilter, sounds like fun, wish I could participate in some way, guess what? We have a barn quilting class that weekend too. So you can participate in some way as well, or be a volunteer. That hasn't been posted yet. I will get to that. If you also didn't know, it's our 10-year anniversary. Happy birthday us. Iowa Quilt Museum's 10 years old this year. And to celebrate, each month we're doing some kind of a giveaway. January was our inaugural poster. I only have about 10 of these left. These are free to you. If you come by the museum, you can grab one and pick it up. If you're like, I don't live close by, but that's really pretty and it would look really nice in my studio or in my sewing room, you can get one online. I just ask that you pay for shipping. It's $9 for shipping, and you can get this. And it's the very first poster. It was the very first exhibit poster done. It even says inaugural exhibit May through September 2016, and then it has Iowa Raised as the name of this quilt, and then it says the Quilt Museum down there. That was January's. February's Lizzie McCrae's Feed Sack book, which is a great book. There's her cute little face. This is 30s Playtime fabric jelly roll. Look at those fun, colorful, beautiful. Aren't those so fun and sweet? Fabric and little book darts from Quilt Folk, so you can mark your favorite page in the book. This is February's giveaway. You only have a couple of days, and I'm going to do a drawing. You can sign up. Just email me at director@iowaquiltmuseum.org. Email me your information, name, email, phone number, and I will submit your name into a drawing. And I'm going to do this drawing in a couple of days, right? Today's the 26th. It's the 26th. So anyway, that's this. And then I planned on announcing what March is going to be on this video, but I don't have it ready to announce to you. So also, one last thing before we get started. Do you know we have memberships? We do. You can be a member of the Iowa Quilt Museum. We have different levels. You can be an individual member, you can be a family or a couple membership, and you can also be a donor annual membership, which I'm going to jump back to that one, or a patron annual membership. So they, cost goes up from, and it's only $50 for an individual member. And actually we do have senior rates for the first 2 levels for individual and family. So it's $45 if you're a senior. I think it's 65 and older. If you were to do a donor annual membership, and that's $125, but you get all the benefits of the other ones, you get a little sticker on your membership card that makes you also a member of the North American Reciprocal Museum. So little museums, big museums actually too, are members of this. And if you have that sticker, if you purchase that membership, you get that sticker on your membership card. And that is good at any of these other museums across the United States. So you could take it with you when you travel. There is not a QR code on here, but if you go to their website, you can look up and say, I'm gonna travel to Minneapolis. Is there anybody that's a member of this that I can show them my little sticker on my Iowa Quilt Museum membership card, and what will it get me? And I know there's a very large, and I can't remember the name, of a art museum in Minneapolis that is a member, and you get free membership, you get a free entry. So, you might get a discounted entry, a free entry, or a discount in the gift shop, but this is a great addition for this membership, because then it gets you, actually, our membership here with this also gets you into the International Quilt Museum in Lincoln. So just wanted to shout that out. Just in case you weren't aware, you can be a member. And that also helps support the Iowa Quilt Museum. So I really appreciate it. Let's get started already. It's 9:04. Today, we're going to talk about Paula Nadelstern. And I'm going to take my glasses off, and you're going to see my calicking today. Look at that. It's like straight up. I can't. So instead of you looking at that and being annoyed by that, I can't do anything with that today. I'm going to flip you around so you could see Paula's Kaleidoscope quilts. So Paula, I have a little brief intro about Paula here. Paula is an internationally recognized quilt artist known for her stunning kaleidoscope designs that transform fabric into intricate works of symmetry and color. Working from her New York City studio in the Bronx, Paula blends her energy of urban life and traditional quilt making techniques, creating quilts inspired by the endless patterns and possibilities of a kaleidoscope. Her work has been included in the 12th Century's 100 Best American Quilts, featured in a solo exhibition in the American Folk Art Museum, and has inspired large-scale design projects and textile collections. The prolific author and fabric designer for Benartix. We're just going to say it really fast. Benartix. Does that sound right? Paula continues to push the boundaries of quilt artistry through her innovative approach to pattern and design. And you could go to her, she has a website, paulanadelstern.com. It's Nadelstern. And I will post that after we're done with this video today. So I love doing these videos. It makes me take time to really step forward and get a closer look. When you look at this quilt, you think, oh, okay, she fussy cut some printed fabric and created a kaleidoscope. Yes and no. I'm gonna take you off and we're gonna do a closer look at this quilt, and you're gonna see just how much work is in this quilt. It's phenomenal. Okay, this is called Refinish. Remember, this is part of the Rebound, Renew, Reimagine series from the Manhattan Quilters Guild, and all their quilts had to start with an RE, Rebound, Renew, Reimagine. The one next to me here is Remember. We've got Rebloom, we've got, anyway, this one's called Refinish, and it's Kaleidoscope. I don't know my Roman numerals. It's XLVI. This is dimensions 40 by 40, pieced and quilted by I'm going to slow down. Pieced and quilted by Paula Nadelstern. Materials and construction techniques used: cotton design by Paula Nadelstern, ultra suede, hand appliqued, machine pieced, and quilted. And this is the quilt story for this one. This quilt is titled Refinish because I finished it twice. The 24-inch center medallion was completed 10 years ago, envisioned as a restrained kaleidoscope image with more background than figure. The piece was inspired by the moment when a two-mirror state of the art kaleidoscope is first brought to the eye, and a few pieces of glass floating in the viscous liquid form a slow symmetrical pattern before exploding into a hypnotizing dance that fills up the viewing field. I revisited, revised, and refreshed this piece in 2023, adding the complex patchwork, provoking some tension between less and more until the size became the mandatory 40-inch square. Okay, I'm gonna take you off and we're gonna take a look and be prepared to be amazed. Here we go. Let's just start in the center, shall we? This is pieced. This is not a solid black piece. She has pieced these tiny pieces to create this explosion, right? You've got the points all here in the center, and it's about to explode with more color and more visual delight, we'll say. And not only is this centerpiece pieced, right? But then each black, there's 2 rows that she's pieced that come out from each side. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's an octagon out of each side of the octagon. It's just, do you see that? Can you see that? I feel like this video is not going to do justice. And then in here, you see she's got piecing, she pieces this little diamond piece here, and she's pieced these black pieces in here. She's got this one solid piece that comes all the way. So if we were to break this down, which I am terrible because I've never constructed a quilt whatsoever, and I'm not an engineer, and I'm not great at math, but let's just take this for a minute. So she's got this piece, you've got these 8 beams coming out, right? And then she's added this in here, and then this is a piece all the way around here, and it goes all the way around. So it's a kaleidoscope of work, really. And this is not a solid piece. This is pieced to sandwich together. And they create these little daggers, which I love. Let's come out. And then this in here, I don't know that this is even a solid piece. You've got a seam right in here to create this. But that seam, I think this seam is from that giant, the bigger piece around. Added to this. Here's that suede. She added this suede on top here to these points, which I think is lovely because you have so much going on and these bursts of colors coming to this solid point down here, which is lovely. Now, let's come out to this feathery outside here. Oh, what? This is all pieced, but then you have an overlap right here. And look, you have an overlap here, and you have an overlap here. This is crazy genius. I mean, I love this. I love doing these videos because to take a closer look at these, I don't know that people coming to visit this exhibit takes this close of a look and realizes how many intricate pieces are put together to create this beautiful work of art. You got her pieces out here, each of the corners. So she's got here, here, and here, this point. And then let's just take the quilting. So she's got a grid, right? Do you see the grid here? But then she's also got a diagonal grid going. She's got a smaller grid in there as well. And then she also, wait, no. Did I get all of it right? I mean, you've got these intersections. I love the pink thread that she uses. And then so let's, I always love to take a look at the back, and there's her label, but you kind of can see, maybe not so much, but you see her quilting is all these straight lines, but you know, they're grids and they're intersecting. But I want you to come look at this. Even her little, this is so adorable. I love this. Look at, she's got beading on here, or a little sequins. This is cut out on suede with that fabric that's used in the design on the front. But this suede is all cut out. How did she do that? I don't know. And then do you see the stitching in there? I mean, the label is just as fun and charming as and intricate as the front of the quilt. Isn't she amazing? Love it. I love the black. I love how it pulls out these deep, darker colors, and it makes these really vibrant colors even pop more. Again, these videos, you know, my little cell phone just doesn't do it justice. I'm going to clumsily get you back on the stand because wait, there's more. She's got another quilt in this exhibit. So again, this is Kaleidoscope XLVI. For all you smarty pants who know your Roman numerals, you'll know what number that is. And this is Refinish. And she says, and I'll just read the last paragraph. I revisited, revised, and refinished this piece in 2023, adding a complex patchwork, provoking the tension between less and more until the size became the mandatory 40 inches. Okay, we're gonna go around the corner because back to back, Paula, we have Paula back to back in the exhibit. I'm putting the sign back real quick before we move on. Okay, don't worry, we're gonna get to rebloom around springtime. What is going on here, everybody? This is Kaleidoscope XLIV. Continue to Continue is the name of this. This is 46.5 by 56 3/4. We'll say 75. Pieced and quilted by Paula Nadelstern. This quilt is for sale. If you're interested, you can email me and I'll tell you how much it costs. Materials and construction techniques used: cotton fabrics designed by Paula Nadelstern, machine pieced and machine quilted. Here's her quilt story. When the world shut down in mid-March 2020, I escaped into a barely begun quilt, relying on the design strategies that are the heartbeats of my quilts: symmetry and serendipity laced with an abundant color and pattern. To lead me, however long it took, to a happy ending. This is my quarantine quilt. The image loosely references the mirror system of a scalene triangle, meaning the triangle has no equal sides and no equal angles. This creates an image that is fragmented and not reflected perfectly. Okay. Well, do you get that? Let's take you off the stand and let's take a closer look. This one is quilted beyond quilting. Let's take a look. And let's see her. It's quilted so much that I feel like her piecing gets kind of lost. Like you don't realize how much is pieced in here. It almost gives the illusion like she created this image in a digital file, had it printed on fabric, and then she quilted it, which is not the case. And if you take a look right in here, hopefully that phone call is not messing us up. Okay, if you take a look in the center, I took off my gloves, so Paula, don't be mad. If you, my glove is wonky. You could see that center again with all the points coming to the middle. She's got her octagon right here in the middle, and then things, and then we branch out from the middle again. And then, you know, oh my gosh, just even this little point here is pieced. This is all pieced, this jagged edge here. But I mean, this quilting, there's so much that you don't really get to see all her piecing in here. This is pieced here to give that mirrored image, right? Oh, wow. These little curves look like they're just three-dimensional. They're gonna pop off if you were here in person. Can you see that? That's amazing. And she designs this fabric, which is so trippy and so lovely. I don't mean it in a bad way. I think it's just so crazy. People's brains are amazing. So here we come down to the corner piece. I love how these two kind of mirror each other. Get that little fuzz off of there. Let's come over. Oh, these are all pieced out. So this is one giant, I think, piece here. I think. All these little points are pieced. This is mirrored as pieced. Let's come to this craziness. What? Pieced, 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 pieced. Plus these are all coming out. I can't tell. It's beautiful. I mean, talk about an explosion of color. Does she have a fun tag on the back of this one? Let's look at her. Oh gosh, you guys, wait till you see this one. What is happening? So this black piece, you have the cutouts, her name, all the sequins, the flowers, and then the fabric that's used in the quilt. She has a lot of fun, don't you think? This is pieced. So if you follow Paula, she's a well-known quilter, you know, maybe she's done videos of, and you could watch her piece these together, because I am just in awe and trying to figure out how she creates and starts. Anyway, there you go. And you could tell, look at all that quilting in there. It's a lot. And a grid again. Okay, I'm gonna put you on the stand. You're gonna see my crazy calic on the front of my head, unless I get my glasses up. There we go. Again, this is Kaleidoscope, Continue to Continue. And it says the image loosely references the mirror system of a scalene triangle, meaning the triangle has no equal sides and no equal angles. This creates the image that is fragmented and not perfectly reflected perfectly. And she calls this her quarantine quilt. I know you could see my stand there, and I'm sorry. And Rebound, Reimagined, and Renewed was about their time in quarantine, and you know, and how they handled that. And this didn't fit quite the dimensions, but I am so thankful that she sent it as an extra piece to include. You know, this one is kind of still follows the theme of the exhibit, right? Because this is her quarantine quilt, and so does Ruth's over here, Marchese. Remember, she had this is one of the first ones I did, and this is called Reassembling the Pieces, and this is about her dealing with COVID and quarantine, and you know, pre-COVID, COVID, and then coming out of COVID and reassembling her pieces. So I love that those two were added to this exhibit and kind of continues that theme of the exhibit. Okay, I'm gonna turn you around. Oh, nope, there it is. Look at that sucker. She is just all over the place this morning. Okay, thank you so much for joining this morning or watching this later. I really appreciate your support. I really appreciate all your thumbs ups and your comments and your shares. Thank you. Your support in watching these videos and pushing it out to others and getting our name out there helps sustain the museum and helps us moving forward. And you know, like I said earlier, it's our 10-year anniversary, and here's hoping for many more anniversaries. Okay, everybody have a wonderful weekend. Stay warm if you're somewhere cold, or go somewhere warm if you're somewhere cold. I would love to do that. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next week with another fabulous quilt artist that we get to marvel at. All right, everyone. Thank you. Have a good weekend.